Banana bandits stole 96 bananas from a gas station. A politician in South Africa went snorkeling in a giant pothole so that the city would fix the dang thing. And crowds of excited people were marching down the street with giant penises in Japan's fertility festival. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. Got some bizarre news for you from all over the world. Here we go. Thieves got away with stealing 96 bananas from a gas station. This story is out of Pennsylvania. Authorities are investigating an unusual theft at a WaWa. You guys familiar with a WaWa? It's a gas station chain in Jersey and Pennsylvania. I think it's in some other places. It's an East Coast thing, and this theft doesn't surprise me very much because WaWa stands for walk away with anything. But let's get some details because I think it's rather silly. You have banana bandits here, and I assume they slipped away. Let's find out if they made a smoothie getaway. We have the Hatboro, Pennsylvania police. They say that two individuals stole approximately 96 bananas from the convenience store. 96 is such a specific number of bananas. Why 96? Bizarre. I'm trying to understand the appeal of stealing 96 bananas. Some sort of underground smoothie raves. Are these banana bread bandits? But if you were going to steal bananas, why would you steal them from a gas station? Don't you want some to have organic at least? You got to eat organic, right? You can't trust non-organic produce these days. They're all covered in plastic and pesticides. So, I'm not saying pay for organic, but if you're going to steal produce, shouldn't it be organic? You don't steal it from a gas station. It's very low-quality produce. What's your follow-up to this? You're going to steal some ingredients from the dollar store afterward? This is just low-quality heist, man. Some of you probably wondering, how is there so many bananas at a gas station? That's a good question. Why are there so many? Why does a gas station have 96 bananas? They probably had over 100 bananas in a gas station. Well, let me tell you something. WaWa, not your ordinary gas station. All right, there's a lot going on at a WaWa. You like coffee? Well, I love coffee. Well, one of the best gas stations I've ever got coffee at in my life is WaWa. And that is because WaWa has so many different flavors of coffee. It just totally blew my mind. It's a gas station. They must have had 10 different flavors of coffee. Their coffee section just blew my brains. It totally did. WaWa is something else. But still, are you going to trust the produce? I don't know about that. I mean, I'd sooner get the honey boner bear concoction before I would get strawberries from a gas station. All right, I'm 3 minutes into the story, and we have very few details except for that two people stole 96 bananas. They say approximately 96 bananas. I guess they got to watch the CCTV footage and count. Officials say the pair fled the scene in a black Hyundai Santa Cruz. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less than a Hyundai if you're stealing produce from a gas station. Of course they drive a Hyundai. I mean, these fellas aren't really attuned to the finer things in life. They're stealing bananas from a gas station and driving a Hyundai, of course. I mean, what are you going to do to celebrate? Steal coffee from a bank? Now, after releasing some photos of the suspect, officials say that the banana bandits have at least been identified, but no arrests have been made. The incident remains under investigation. The employees of the WaWa, when interviewed by investigators, said, quote, "Yes, we have no bananas." To which investigators replied, "Yes? Don't you mean no? We have no bananas?" No should be the word. Authorities say the incident is still under investigation. I like how there's a manhunt out there for some guys who stole, $70 worth of stuff, if that. I mean, I guess there's not a lot going on in Hatboro, Pennsylvania, if authorities are going to go ape over this. Guys, the puns, the banana puns, right? That's what I get paid the big bucks for. A South African politician went snorkeling in a pothole to bring attention to a situation on the roads of Johannesburg. We got a 75-year-old lady running for mayor of South Africa's biggest city, Johannesburg. She went snorkeling in a large water-filled trench aka a pothole in a suburban road. This was a stunt used to draw attention to what she describes as years of mismanagement by city's authorities. Now, I really like this story because she's chosen a weird tactic, and I am for it. It's a funny tactic, but also most of the time, I put down politicians on this podcast. So I want to highlight a politician who actually is trying to fix things in their community, trying to do some good. I mean, this is great. We need more of this. Sadly, it takes having to put on snorkeling gear and go wading through a pothole to bring attention to something that probably should have been fixed a long time ago. You'll see this in the States sometimes when cities won't fill potholes in the roads. They'll spray paint penises or boobs or rainbows if you're in a red state. And then, of course, the city will immediately come out because they can't have boobs and penises on the road, because if the children see that, it'll make them gay. And so then they send somebody out there, construction crew, and they fill the hole, and then we don't have to spend more on our tires, which is nice. Sometimes I wonder if cities have hidden agendas and deals with local tire companies to leave potholes there for many, many months without fixing them. Maybe they get like a kickback from the tires or something. I mean, this is a little conspiratorial, but I mean, how else do you explain the fact that these potholes don't get fixed for months and months or years and years? I mean, it's like, are you trying to be a menace to the community? All right, let me get back to this lady who I want to bring attention to. Helen Zille, Zille. She's a well-known South African politician. She put on a wetsuit and a snorkeling mask and a pink and white swim cap, and she paddled through a very large pothole in the road. It's unbelievable that this pothole is even there. It was a huge, muddy brown, watery pothole in an upscale Johannesburg suburb. The hole has been there for 3 years because a burst water pipe hadn't been properly fixed despite repeated attempts. This hole's been there 3 years on the road. I mean, unbelievable, man. Although if you said this was in Los Angeles, I wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, you got to see the roads over here. It's insane. It's insane. Now, Helen posted a video of herself in the giant pothole. Then this was picked up and broadcast by television news channels locally. In it, she says sarcastically, "And here we are with a free and wonderful Saturday afternoon snorkel in the city." She says, "I wonder if there are any fishes in here. Let me go take a look." This lady's really funny. What a great sense of humor. She's 75 years old. She's awesome. Ordinarily, I'm against people of this age having political positions, but I think I might make an exception for this lady. She kind of gets it, right? Well, many local politicians are on their grift tip, as I'll call it, on the grift tip. This lady seems like she's interested in putting out fires and fixing problems. Give her a shot. Johannesburg is considered Africa's richest city by private wealth, but has struggled with years of failed local government coalitions and the degradation of services. It is known as, quote, the City of God, after being founded on huge gold deposits. Ooh, I didn't know it was called the City of God. That's cool. Residents in the city, of around 6 million people, often face water and electricity cuts and broken infrastructure like burst water pipes and, of course, damaged roads. The current mayor of Johannesburg said on social media that this pothole was the result of a pipe that had failed over the past 3 years. And then, miraculously, this hole was fixed and filled the day after this stunt. So it immediately had an effect. Wow, that's pretty cool. This is some real feel-good news. I love it when problems get fixed for the community by the government, the local government, the people that should be fixing problems. I mean, it's pretty sad that this lady had to sink to these depths to have the city come up with some concrete plans to fix the damn thing. And if you're paying attention, that was a brilliant sentence. Now, I have a lot of theories as to why stuff doesn't get done in big cities. And, my whole thing is centralized government is very wasteful, and it moves very slowly, like a tanker, just, so problems don't get fixed. And if they do, it takes a long time. And at a very astronomical expense for everything. Like, I don't know what it costs to fix a pothole in Los Angeles, but I'm going to guess it's probably like $30,000 at the end of the day. And this is because of the mismanagement of funds. These things become expensive that shouldn't be. They should be cheap. So you got a pothole that probably could be fixed for, $25 worth of materials. But because you have centralized government, right? So you have to have meetings about it, and paperwork has to be pushed through, and that's all costly, right? You got the people that are talking about it for days and days. They get a huge salary, right? So then their salary goes into the filling of this little pothole down the street. The paperwork goes through. That takes time. Then when they finally do fix the pothole, they send 6 dudes that make $75 an hour to fix the one little pothole in Los Angeles. Two of the guys actually work to fix the pothole. The other 4 stand around on their phones vaping. And everybody takes their sweet-ass time. Instead of fixing the pothole in 20 minutes, they take 6 hours, block off the road. The whole thing is just, it's nonsense. This is why centralized government and representational government is a total farce, in my opinion. I'll come up with a better solution. Just give me some time. Meanwhile, if you happen to have a pothole in your community and the issue hasn't been addressed for weeks or months or whatever, feel free to go get yourself a little can of spray paint. And, genitals. It's all about genital art at that point.
You tell yourself, no one wants your college-era band tees. But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what you've got. You once paid a small fortune for them at merch stands. Now, a teenager who calls them vintage will offer that same small fortune back. Sell them easily on Depop. Just snap a few photos and we'll take care of the rest. Who knew your questionable music taste would be a money-making machine? Your style can make you cash. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
Crowds marched with giant penises down Main Street at Japan's annual fertility festival. Showcasing phallus-shaped portable shrines and pink penis candies and pastries, Japan's annual fertility festival went over the weekend. There were tourists, couples, and families excited by the open display of genitalia and sex. I wouldn't say it's an open display of sex. That's a different festival, but I get what you're saying here. I get what you're putting down on me. Phallus Festival. It's called the Kanamara celebration. Happens in Tokyo, featuring colorfully dressed worshippers carrying a trio of giant phallic-shaped objects. They keep calling it phallic-shaped. It's a penis, bro. It's a giant penis. They're carrying penises. These aren't phallic-shaped. Yeah, of course they're phallic-shaped, but they're penises. These are giant wangs, wieners. As the kids say, don't get it twisted. Okay, so the Spring Festival took place. There's a legend that it honors a local blacksmith in the Edo period who forged an iron dildo to break the teeth of a sharp-toothed demon inhabiting a woman's vagina that had been castrating young men on their wedding nights. Do I need to repeat this legend? This is out of control. We have a local blacksmith who made an iron dildo in order to break the teeth of a demon that was inside a woman's vagina and had been castrating young men on their wedding nights with its sharp teeth. I mean, that's just a tremendous legend, man. I don't even know where you come up with that. Acid, mushrooms? There's got to be a way. One question about the legend, a little curious. Why was this woman getting married over and over again? It says castrating young men on their wedding nights. How many men did she marry? Why? Like, if you see her marry one guy, right, and then you find out, oh, he's been castrated by her vagina. Why are you lining up to get a piece of this castration action? I mean, she's castrating young men over and over again, and people still marching down the altar with this lady. But it's still a cool legend nonetheless. The fact that it doesn't quite make sense, don't let nonsense get in the way of a great story. So you have a blacksmith that made an iron dildo to break the teeth of the demon that was in her vagina, and I guess that's why they carry around these large phallus statues or icons or whatever. I mean, we could call them dildos. They do look. It looks like the crowd is carrying huge dildos, basically. And it says, in fact, today a 3-foot black steel phallus actually sits in the courtyard of the Kanayama Shrine, honoring the Shinto deities of fertility, childbirth, and protection from transmitted sexual infections. Oh, that's nice that it's for fertility, but also you can pray to not get an STD at this shrine. So it's the god. I have to say, if there was a shrine to where you could go and pray to not get an STD, I would have probably visited a few times over the years. I haven't gotten any. Thankfully, let's knock on some wood. But man, I've had some close calls with some questionable deities. All right, this is TMI. TMI. I do like how in Japan they have gods for everything that you can pray to. You're like, oh, you need money? Go pray to this god. Oh, you need some food? Go pray to this god. Oh, you need to get a job? Pray to this god. Oh, you need to not get herpes? Go pray to this god. There's even a god for school tests, like a shrine that you can go to and pray if you have a test coming up. I've actually seen students praying at these in Japan before. I was like I asked specifically what was going on because I was very curious. And then someone told me, oh, it's like testing season or something. Oh, check this little detail out. It says over the centuries, sex workers pilgrimaged to this shrine of the black steel phallus to seek its powers of protection before the festival evolved into a broader fertility rite seeking to destigmatize sex. So it used to be just sex workers praying for no STDs and probably no fertility, ironically, because now they all pray for fertility during this Phallus Festival. That's a big part of it. And they're trying to destigmatize sex as well. And what better way to destigmatize sex than just carry around giant schlongs, eat little schlong cakes? There's a quote here from a chief priest at the shrine that hosts the festival. His name is Hiroyuki Nakamura. Nailed it. I'm actually a lot better with Japanese names than other names. I kind of get it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I shop at Tokyo Market all the time. There's a quote from Hiroyuki. I hope the festival can help disabuse people of the notion that sex is a bad and a dirty thing. Oh, yeah, baby. Spread the word. Sex is a good thing. Sex is natural. Sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should. I mean, the great philosopher George Michael said that years ago. Now, the other thing going on in Japan is they want to get people making babies because, as you know, the birth rate has fallen for the 10th straight year. So not looking good in the babies department. How do you get people to make more babies? Well, you march down the street with a giant dildo made out of black steel. That'll do it. That'll get them doing the deed. The wild thing. Brown, brown, brown. Wild thing. You know what I'll bet would be hilarious is if you took footage of the dildo festival and put the Wild Thing song over it. That'd be pretty funny. Now, this festival, you should know, is an open-minded event. It's all-inclusive. It attracts everyone from tourists to families, children even, and LGBTQ supporters wearing rainbow outfits also attend. Here's a quote from Jimmy. He's a tourist from San Francisco. He went all the way over there for this festival specifically. He says, it feels like it's more than just ha-ha sex. There's a whole understanding behind all of this. Despite the penis, t-shirts, toys, and candies, I think by American standards, this is very wholesome. Yeah, well, you would never see something like this in America. They would send out the National Guard. They would lose their minds if the public just started walking down the street with giant dildos on a platform. I mean, I wish we had a festival like this. I would attend. I mean, it'd be a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. A lot of people are looking like they're enjoying themselves in the photos. But, you know, in the States, you can't have kids see a sex toy. Never mind a 4-foot long sex toy. What would we do if a child saw it? What? Oh my goodness, we would never recover. Meanwhile, you could just have a parade of dudes in hunting jackets just walking down any old main street for the most part, holding up their AR-15s in America, and that would be totally permissible. No issues at all. No thought to the sort of mindset that it creates in a young child, seeing how permissible it is. All right, I didn't mean to go there, but I always have to. I always go there. I wanted to end this on a positive. Let me find something nice to say. Hold on. Well, I guess overall I can say it looked like a very productive penis festival, and I'm sure it got people in the mindset of how fertility should be the focus of the culture now that they're losing their population. So, What they're saying is, hey, fertility is very important. Think about that. Now listen, my Japanese people. If you could get back to your 14-hour, 6-day-a-week work schedule, all right? But, but also think about having a family, too. Like, think about that, But get back to work. I mean, don't not work long days every day. Oh, and take a little bag of penis-shaped candy corn for the road.
Eczema is unpredictable, but you can flare less with Ebglyss, a once-monthly treatment for moderate to severe eczema. After an initial 4-month or longer dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
Hey, beautiful people. Thank you for spending a little time with me in the Weird AF News podcast. I so appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I know there's a gazillion other podcasts out there that you could be hanging out with, but you're here with me. So hope you're getting something out of it. Maybe a laugh, learning a little bit about the weird world around you. Maybe you want to maybe it inspires you to go out there and see some of this weird stuff, like going to the Phallus Festival. I would be so into something like that. I need to do more of that. It's just costly is the problem. It's just so costly to travel. But, I don't know. Maybe I can find a way. Maybe I'll get a tax return. Doubtful, but who knows. Okay. I want to give a thanks to Yancha, who sent me some songs for the podcast. All Weird AF News themed songs. There's like 6 or 7 of them. Amazing titles. Trapped in the Closet. Drugs and Drug Paraphernalia. There's a Florida Fridays one. And the one I'm going to play next is called the 50s intro of the Weird AF News podcast. So I really enjoyed it. It's very well done. I don't know how these were made. I gotta get some answers to this, but maybe AI or something. But they're so good and well done. I just thought I would post one and just give Yancha a shout out for taking some time to obviously, this is a fan of the show and just showing me some love, and I just so appreciate that. So I'll play the song as soon as the intro's over. Before I end it, though, I'll say if you want to send me anything like this, I have an email. It's funnyjones@gmail.com, so you can send me anything that you might have created, whether it's a graphic or a song, which I've gotten some songs lately, so this is really... I didn't know people were doing this, so very excited. You can make a video too, a promo if you want. I mean, I'm not against it. If you want to support the show because you had a good day in the stock market today, then go to weirdafnews.com. You can buy me coffee or join the Patreon. So there's that. And please follow me on the gram at Instagram if you want to come see me do some live stand-up comedy. All right, now I'm going to play the song, and we'll see you tomorrow. Adios.
The world's only daily weird news podcast. 5 days of global absurdity. 5 days of global absurdity. And Fridays we strictly isolate contagion.
Oh, Pod Daddy.
And 5 days of global absurdity.